Good morning, Year 4. So we have worked on the topic of myths and legends for 3 weeks now, and we've learnt about the Dragon Slayer, we've watched it, we've magpied, we've used vipers, okay, we've worked really hard to understand the story, and we have created a retell, which we have edited both parts of, ready to publish. So today you are going to publish. And that's your retell of the Dragon Slayer is going to be your best work of these past 3 weeks. So the first thing I want you to do before we start to write is I want you to watch the video one more time. And as you watch it, think about if you followed the story. Have you described everything that you see along the way? Have you described Tarragon and his horse? Have you thought about the dragon and the dragon babies and how they feel? How do they show how they feel? Have you used show not tell? Okay, watch the video as many times as you need to, and if you need to make any notes that you want to up-level your work as you go, then that is fine. So pause the video now and re-watch the Dragon Slayer. Okay, so before you go into your writing, we're going to have a quick look at the waggle that I created to begin your story and what you carried on from. And I have tried to continue my story, so we're going to talk about whether we can up-level my published write below. So, the waggle. In a time when dragons threatened mankind, there was only one man to fight them. That's what he did, day in and day out. Then one day, under the blanket of grey, a fearless, powerful warrior journeyed through derelict lands. The sodden, bedraggled horse trudged along the muddy path. His rider, who was feeling determined, wiped the moisture from his chiselled face as rain continued to fall endlessly. After some time, the brave man and his companion came across a quiet hamlet. A blacksmith and his son were busy shaping, chiselling, and crafting when they noticed the stranger passing through. They immediately recognized his glistening armor and downed their tools. "Well done, brave knight," the young man bellowed. "Are you off to slay another beast?" Tarragon grunted as he continued on his path for his next perilous quest. Okay, so my continuation of this story reads: Later on, Tarragon arrived at the dragon's lair. It was full of rocks. The dragon was scratching his back. The determined man got his sword and ran quickly towards his enemy. Then the dragon noticed him. Now, reading that back through, I know that's not my best work. Okay, so for example, later on, so I have missed out here. I've used a fronted adverbial and I have not included my comma. So later on, Tarragon arrived at the dragon's lair. Now, could I describe the dragon's lair? So could I include some adjectives? So I would think about including maybe even a 2A here to up-level my work. Okay. Later on, Tarragon arrived at the perilous, mysterious dragon's lair. It was full of rocks. The dragon was scratching his back. Ooh, wow. We worked on conjunctions earlier in the week. So I'm going to pop a conjunction in here. So I might use the word, where. Okay, so I'm going to pop that in there. And then obviously I would make my T a small t because it's no longer the beginning of a sentence. And I think here I would include another 2A. And it was full of rocks where the emerald green dragon was scratching his back. Oh, the determined man. Right, well here I haven't used a capital letter. The determined man got his sword. Ooh, I couldn't level got. reached for his sword. I could include a 2A here. Or reached for his glistening, powerful sword and ran quickly towards his enemy. I could even up level ran, plunged violently towards his enemy. Then the dragon noticed him. I'm going to up level that. From the corner of his eye, the dangerous dragon noticed him. Okay, that was a brief example of how I've up-leveled my work as I've gone. So I've written out what I wanted to say and I've stopped at the end of my paragraph and gone back and up-leveled it. And this is what you need to do throughout your work. Okay, so finally, what do we need to include in a retell? We need third person and past tense. We need to use paragraphs to separate out our writing, and we need to use a range of sentence structures. So we've used conjunctions earlier in the week, so let's put them into our retell. We need short, snappy sentences for effect, but we also need longer, more descriptive ones as well. We need to add descriptions for using adjectives, adverbs and prepositions, and any other descriptive language you can think of. And very important, we need to use some year 4 punctuation. So not only our capital letters and full stops, but our commas for lists, for fronted adverbials, for reported clauses, question marks, exclamation marks, and direct speech. Okay, I want to see your best work today. This is the end of the Dragon Slayer work, so give me everything you've got.